Hi, I'm Sarah.
And I'm David. Let's do a BB22 draft, shall we?
Oh my gosh, yes, please. We couldn't do this ahead of time.
I know.
Wait till the premiere.
Yeah.
Crazy times.
Well, we did, but we didn't, you know.
Okay, but first, if you're new to this channel, please click subscribe. Give this video a thumbs up.
And if you want to support us on Patreon, you can find a link in the description. We've got some guests, Sarah, to do this draft with us.
A draft with just the two of us, that'd be nonsense. I'd just be wringing your throat the whole time.
Yeah, truly.
So let's bring in some buffers, you guys.
I love it.
We have the one and only Jolene and the one Miranda. Yeah.
Hello, ladies.
Hi.
Hi, friends. Thank you for having us. This is
Yes.
It's so great to have Miranda. It is weird without our little busted biscuit.
I know. We miss you, Elaine.
Yes, but we
it's a
love.
totally different show. Got to go a different route.
Thank you for having me.
BB experts here.
Oh yeah, right.
Miranda, you are an expert.
No way, Jose.
Yeah,
I am not.
All right, so
yeah,
we already have
with who.
We already have an HOH. People already have points.
Yeah.
So if anyone is new to our drafts, I guess I should set that up, that we don't just do winner picks, because that sounds boring to me.
Yeah.
We basically build a fantasy team, like a fantasy football or something like that, where you build a team and you get points all season long. You get points for HOH wins, vetoes, if you take yourself off the block, if you get taken off the block, different things like that. You lose points if you get nominated.
Ugh.
So we get to build our teams, and then at the end of the season, one of us wins.
Jolene loses.
No, Jolene, I feel like you're going to do way better on Big Brother than you did on Survivor.
I have the same strategy, David.
Okay, you're just picking the sexy targets.
Sexy targets. It's just I pick from the heart, not from a place of logic and strategy. But maybe it'll be a little more. But thank you for believing in me, David. I appreciate it.
Okay, well, we randomized our names and put us into an order. The order is somewhere in my list here. How do I? Oh, here's our thing. Okay, so Jolene is first, then David, then Sarah, then Miranda. Then we go backwards, so Miranda gets to choose two in a row. Sarah, David, Jolene. So that is how we're going to roll. So when you give us your pick, tell us why. Let's chat about it. Then everyone else argue and tell them why they're wrong.
I got some picks that you guys are going to think are wrong, and I'm excited for that.
I feel like David and I think you and I might be like the opposite of Miranda and Jolene. I'm waiting to see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I finally have someone in this draft who gets my strategy, and that's Miranda.
Yeah, we'll see.
Exactly. We will see. Okay. Jolene, start us off with your number one pick.
Well, let's be honest, you guys. This will be no surprise to anyone who knows me and follows my channel or is friends with me, like these lovely people in the draft. I have to stan my fellow Minnesotan, my 4-time Big Brother playing Janelle from BB6, BB7, BB14, and now BB22. My theory is, I get she's a target. I get social media is even coming for Janie. Stop it. But I think this is going to be a Boston Rob type situation. And a 4th time is a charm. It would be a wonderful story for her, that she is this legend. She is a comp beast. She is the buxom blonde. She is everything. And I saw in the feeds that Kaser, her wonderful partner in crime, that they're trying to pretend they're not together. They had a wonderful moment in the room where he was like, Janie, you're being standoffish. And she was like, I know. So I get that Cody's targeting her right now. But I'm going on sexy targets. She's targeted, and she is the sexiest.
Hell yeah.
Ooh,
So that is my first pick.
That's a good pick. And she's a comp beast. You know, like I feel like we're looking for people who can win comps. That's going to win you points in this draft. Janelle is an excellent pick for that. Like, even if she's nominated this week, she could easily win veto. So I'm not counting her out just yet.
Thanks, David.
Yeah. She might win the safety comp right now. And if she doesn't, she'll win veto if she's on the block. Like, my faith in Janelle to win comps is still very, very high. I don't hate this pick at all. I assumed you were going to do it, but I was probably going to do it if you didn't. You know, like, she is a target, but for good reason. So yeah, I'm not counting her out early at all.
Yes.
Yep.
I love Janelle, so
yeah,
come through, Janelle.
And you guys weren't there, but I did. Sarah joined me live yesterday, and she accidentally, purposefully called me Janie twice.
Twice. I was like, listen to me, Janelle. I mean, Jolene. And honestly, just watching her on the feeds, you guys, like, I never got to watch her on feeds. This is just pure joy. Hearing her voice, just talking, and she gets it. She hasn't really talked to Cody, and she's like, so I'm pretty sure I'm his target. And so I'm like, yeah, girl, you know. You get it. She knows the game. Absolutely.
Thank you, guys. I feel the support. It's nice.
Absolutely. All right, David.
Okay, listen. I'm taking him from you ladies. I am taking my fellow gay with me. It's Kevin.
He's such a great pick, David.
First of all, I just love him as a character. I love his energy. I was telling Sarah last night on our stream, like, he's just got that charisma on camera still after all these years, which I love. Makes him so entertaining to watch. But I'm just, he came so close to winning BB11. I think he stands a really good chance of doing well this season. And so I'm crossing my fingers that he's going to make it far and win me some points in the draft.
Yeah, well, I don't hate that at all. Really good. Yeah, socially, he's like right in the mix. He's in all the rooms. He's bonding with the girls. He's talking to the guys. Like, I feel like he is doing great so far. I mean, it's been half a day.
A wonderful pick. I mean, what we know about Kevin is he's very adaptable and he's so likable, but he's also good at the game. Now, he had obstacles in his way his first time playing, being paired up with Lydia and being a part of this group that were just like fawning over Jesse. And he's like, ladies, please, put you on the block. So people will keep him around for entertainment. He can win stuff. His social game is so on point, and I feel like he's very much, obviously he's matured and he's evolved now, and he's got a husband and they want to have a kid. And I saw an early morning chat on the lives with him in Memphis. I mean, he's carrying on a conversation with Memphis, and I don't have anything against Memphis, but Memphis's conversation was pretty boring. And Kevin seemed to be interested, which is important in the Big Brother game. So David,
you gotta fake it. You gotta fake it. Yeah. And I also saw a little bit on the feeds today of them talking about, like, is it too early to go have a conversation with Cody, this and that? And Kevin was like, oh, this game started so fast, I'm so slow. And I'm like, misdirect, Kevin, make people think that you're not playing yet. I like that.
Right.
Exactly. Because guess what? Kevin did go talk to Cody. It was brief, but hey, he at least did it.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know he did. I missed that.
Yeah. I missed it on the feeds as well. I saw someone post the clip and it was just like, hey, cool. They were like, cool. But it was like, great. Glad he walked in those doors and gave it a shot.
And I cannot see Cody targeting him. I just don't see it at all.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Does that mean it's my turn?
It is.
Well, I am shocked that I get my number one pick of Davonne.
Oh, okay.
My heart is broken.
Let me just take her and move her into my slot over here. Look, I don't know why, call it my intuition, but I just feel really good about Davonne this season. I just feel like she grows every time. I feel like socially, she's so well placed. I feel like everyone likes her and appreciates her. She doesn't like rub certain people the wrong way or anything. I feel like she's going to just fly through. Hopefully she'll win some comps, but I think she's going to do just great.
I don't think I would have picked her preseason necessarily, but like from what we've seen in the last day, I guess, I just feel like she's, like you say, very well positioned. It seems like a lot of different people want to work with her. I'm surprised that there's no bad blood with Cody, given her issues with Polly previously on Big Brother, but that seems to be like water under the bridge, and even Cody wants to work with her. So I think that's a great first pick, Sarah.
Yeah, it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I mean, Davonne and Polly have settled their differences since being on the challenge. They kind of had to work together as Big Brother versus people from MTV shows. So, I mean, Davonne it was Janelle or Davonne was going to be my first pick for Team Sexy Targets. I don't think it gets sexier than Davonne. I love that she's coming in this house and saying, do not call me Mama J, because you're just calling me that because Mama J in the season before me. And I was 27 when I did my season, and she threw some shade at Shelly, being like, Shelly was 54, call me Mama J. And I thought that was funny. I think Davonne is one of these people that she's just so smart, and she is very self-aware, and she knows what she's done in the past didn't work for her. Now I do see her trying to pair up with Danny Donato, which I love, but it frightens me because Nicole Franzel and Danny are like this. So I need Davonne to get through to Danny that Nicole Franzel is a snaky snake. I was giving her a chance, you guys, but she wants to throw a girls' alliance under the bus, according to the
I know. I don't like that. I don't like that.
Before it even like officially started, she's already like on I'm gonna throw him under the bus. You don't even have to worry about it. We haven't even signed the contract yet, and I'm already throwing him right under.
Exactly. Miranda, why can't she say that to Cody? And maybe in my like wishful thinking, maybe she's saying that to Cody, but really she will be loyal. I'm laughing at myself even saying this, to another woman in the game over him. Like go back and feed Danny or something the information.
Right.
You know?
I'm hoping.
But here's my question. Here's my question for you guys. Why? Why does she have to be loyal to women over men?
Because this is why men win this game, because they remain loyal to each other. And this is why so few women win, because men get in between it. And for some reason, as women, we're just conditioned to be competitive and not work together. And still that culture exists of like, I'm the one cool girl that's going to work with the guys. And I'll be the girl. I'll take all these other girls down to be number one, where the men are just like, you tough, bro? I'm tough, bro. We'll work together to the end. You know? And women can do that, but they don't. So that's my answer to it. I don't know how you guys feel, but
I feel like that's kind of the strategy that Nicole used to win BB18, was like being loyal to guys. She had the showmance going for her. And, you know, obviously she was in the final two with Paul. I don't know. She kind of won by sticking with guys.
Yes, she won. I don't want to. I don't know how to make that more clear, but it's a winning strategy. So I'm about winning.
Here's my second part of that. Nicole went in on the feeds saying that she did not like the person she was in BB18. It made her want to vomit, and that she was going to make amends with Day. And then immediately she resorts back to that old behavior that's going to make her want to vomit. And a true winner in Big Brother, let's just put this in perspective for a second, you guys. I love this because it's like a fun debate. Is not only the person who wins the money, but it is the person who walks away from the game and can build a brand off of this fame and this platform they've been given. Now, Nicole Franzel, after her first season, could have done that. However, BB18 Nicole can't necessarily do that in the way I think the potential she has. So for her, in her position, I think she should be looking more at winning from a perspective of clearing her, this might sound silly to some people, but really clearing her name and showing a better game that's going to be received better as well, so that she can strive outside of the house. Because Big Brother, it being such a social thing, it's not like Survivor where you're just like cutthroat to anything and then it's over. Big Brother lingers, and the platform you're given is huge. So I think she's not looking at the full picture of what she can actually do if she plays her cards right and kind of breaks this whole, image that she just throws women under the bus for men.
I think, though, she might do just whatever it takes to win, because if she's the first 2-time winner ever, that speaks for itself. And that happened to Sandra on Survivor. When she won her second season, people weren't in love with the way she played the game. But then when she had that second win, it was just like, she's the queen. You know, the wins speak for themselves. So I don't know that Nicole's necessarily looking for a redemption arc.
Yeah, and that's a great point, but I think Sandra did stay, even though they didn't think she maybe, because you're talking about heroes versus villains, right?
Yeah, right.
So they thought maybe she didn't do enough, but it wasn't because she stabbed anyone in the back. If anything, she was kind of partnered up with underdogs.
That's true. Loyalty was kind of her thing.
A loyalty thing. And I think with Nicole, if you want people to stop sending you the snake emojis and stuff like that, then you have to stop being snake.
My question is, I get it. Not everyone likes Nicole, and there are house guests that I don't like. So I get that. But I just don't understand. I think whoever it is that she's loyal to, whether it's Cody or whether it's Danny or whatever, everyone has to pick someone that they're loyal to and then have other people that they're working with, and they report everything back to their number one. So I'm not going to fault anybody if their number two is of the opposite sex and then they drag down other people of their own sex. I mean, Tyler was loyal to a female and went against other men and women. I don't know. Like, I just don't see it. When men do it, I just don't see anyone complaining that a man did his strategy a certain way. And we're so hard on women. We analyze their games so much more. And I just want to be like, if it wins, if it's a winning strategy, I want to support that and not like drag a woman down.
It's just so hard, Sarah. I think you're so smart and everything you're saying is logical. And I love it. And I love hearing from Sarah because there's a lot of times she teaches me like the meat shield defense and things like that. But I think there is something to be said for the fact that men historically in Big Brother have been able to align and conquer, where women, I'm totally okay with Nicole going with this side alliance with Cody. Don't sell out other people, but instead sell out Cody, but get your information and then have your Danny that's going to be your number one. Because right now Danny's being really great to Nicole. So it is going to piss me off so bad if in the end she's more loyal to Cody, because Cody will not be more loyal to her. Cody will be loyal to Tyler, which we see men do time and time again. So that's my only, I think we're always going to agree to disagree. And I love you for that because you make me see another side, that there are times where I've had to check my own internalized misogyny and be like, Jolene, you say you're a feminist in your Ani DeFranco shirt, but really you are putting a higher standard on women. I just think it's frustrating because through the years, we never see the women truly do what the men do, a brigade style thing. We don't see a female renegades. We don't see a female hitman, and I'm ready for it.
But if I could just squeeze on in there just real quick, because I just had a thought. I don't know why I just had a thought. I mean, and Jolene, you know, I'm like on your team with this because I am not the biggest Nicole fan, but why are we putting this role onto Nicole? Like, why is it suddenly Nicole's job to create this girls' alliance and be loyal to it? I'm sort of directing that role to people like Danny and Davonne, even Janelle, Bayleigh, like other women, because I know what to expect from Nicole. You know, I know what I'm getting with her. I know what I'm purchasing. But all the other women in the house, I think, are a lot more likely to create that beautiful, much needed female alliance that we're all looking for, or that most of us are looking for. I just don't know why we're placing this role on Miss Nicole's shoulder when she doesn't have the best track record.
Well, I think it's also
honestly, Danny's the one who came up with it. Sorry to interrupt you, but like, she's getting credit right now for a thing that Danny came up with. Danny said to Nicole, I want to bring in Day and who was the fourth one? I forget. But anyway, she's the one who brought it up. Then Nicole says it to Cody. Everyone gives Nicole the credit. And I'm like, she didn't do it. Danny did it.
Did Danny tell her to go to Cody and say, you make a male alliance, I'll make a female alliance, and then I will rat out the females? Like, she didn't do that. And I think the reason people get frustrated with Nicole's game is because she wants, if you are going to be that snake, I will stand a woman who wants to go in and play dirty, but you better own that stuff. And I almost said the swear, and I like to keep it clean on Nerdtainment because they get the stuff here. And I need you to own it. So Nicole,
Yes.
I can't have you crying and saying your anxiety and pleading to the feeds that like, I didn't like who I was last year, so I'm like gonna make amends with Day. Let's sell her under the bus. Like it's just like, I can't have this two-sided Nicole. You give me Snake, I will stand it if you own it. If you don't, then I'm not here for it. That's just me.
I would love the Snake name. I'll take it.
So I think that what I'm getting from this is that Nicole is next on Jolene's list for her draft.
I'm pretty sure that if Jolene doesn't grab her up next, Miranda's gonna. So,
well, that might surprise you.
all right, kidding. Miranda, you are up.
Okay, well, I'm actually shocked, like Sarah, that I'm getting my number one. And that's Dani. I have to stand. Yes, she is my girl. I've always loved her ever since Big Brother 8. I think it's like I don't know what the word is, but it's something like I just remember watching her with my mom when I was a teenager, and like it's like a memory thing. Like when it comes to Dani, I need to hold on to her and just cuddle her and say, there, I love you so much, Dani. You do whatever you need to do. You could backstab however many women you want to backstab. I don't mind. But I'm really enjoying watching her right now. I think that she is coming onto the game with a whole new perspective. Now that she's a mom and she's married. I also think that of course, we should all know that she has a good read on people. That's just her. And she seems to be good with a good number of people. So I think that that's going to benefit her really well.
Yep. Couldn't agree more with all of that.
Which I'm actually surprised about. I thought more people would be like, oh, I want to get Dani out now, but she's actually flying kind of under the radar from what I've seen. Like not a lot of people are talking about her like that.
Well, she seems fairly connected. Either she's connected or people just like her energy off the bat because, people are like, oh, yeah, Dani seems cool, like that kind of thing. Yeah. So they're not considering her.
Yeah, which is really surprising me. I really thought that she was going to come in a major target. And she doesn't seem to be. She seems to be hanging out in her purple room a lot. People are coming to her for the conversations and then leaving her to do her, be cold in that room or whatever. Yeah. But it seems like any Dani talk kind of ends at the purple room door.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm loving. Just seems like well liked. Like you ladies have been saying, she seems well liked. She seems just not controversial as like a former BB player. You would think someone who came in second place would be like, okay, I got my eye on you. I'm at least going to throw your name out once, but like we just haven't really heard people talking about her that way, which is great for her.
Yeah. I think Dani is a fantastic pick. Obviously, she's amazing. It is going to be interesting to see the fan response to Dani because I know fans want a Davonne Dani, and it seems to be going Dani, Nicole F, and Dani and Nicole F are already being called mean girls, which I actually don't agree with that right now because all they said was that, I mean, they're kikiing or whatever in the bedroom, they're having little blah, blah, blah. They can have opinions on stuff. And they said that they ghosted Nicole A with her podcast. They didn't say her podcast sucked. They didn't say they don't like her. They just said they didn't do the podcast. And so that's why they didn't want her to win because they thought, well, we ghosted her. Like, I don't want her to, maybe she has hurt feelings over that or harboring, some kind of, so I don't know. I think they're kind of getting a little bit of a bad rap with the mean girl thing online. Sure. But as far as the game goes, Miranda, you're so right. I mean, I would have thought Dani Donato walks through the door. You better get rid of her.
I know, especially with those guns that she's got now. She is, she's like Christmas level fit.
Right? She's smart, good at comps. She is BB royalty. Like,
yeah.
Yeah, I just want to say that Kaden has listened to Nicole's podcast, F, and she said she would be loyal to Dani. So maybe she's playing Cody.
I would love to see that.
She will be.
That's what I'm hoping. That's what I'm hoping. Yeah. I'm here for that. And I don't know her true intention. I'm just, all I can do is speculate. So
yeah.
Well, Dani was number 2 on my list, Miranda. So I agree. I'm all for it. I feel like she's in a great position. She's perfectly placed this season. And of course she has a head for the game. Like she knows how to play it. So I think she's fine. I think final 2 for sure.
Hopefully.
Do you want to give us your second pick?
Okay. Well, since my number 2 is taken by Miss Sarah, we had the opposite. So I guess I'll just roll with my number 3, and that is Tyler. I don't even like Tyler like that. So I'm actually like really trying to win this draft because I picked him for my next one.
Yeah.
I think that Tyler, I even put in my notes, not the biggest fan, but I definitely think that he's got a good social game. He's already talked to Bayleigh, David, Christmas. I feel like he's made his rounds. Everybody that I've seen has said that they like Tyler, that they think he's cute, and that they think he's nice. I actually think that Casey not showing up helped his game because all you hear is, oh, poor Tyler. He really thought that Casey was going to be here. He looks so sad. Yeah. And I'm like,
no.
Don't be sad for him.
Right?
No, right?
He'd be the last person I'd be sad for, but whatever. Yeah. So I'm going to roll with it. And he's my number 2.
That's a good one.
That's so good. I mean, Tyler, literally, his strategy is killing it. He is coming in with his bowling balls between his legs, his surfboard, looking sad. Like, I feel the only one catching on to it is Davonne, where he's like, I don't even know how to play anymore. I just don't know what I'm doing, how to play the game. And she goes, like you're doing now, like that when she was explaining that to Danny. She was saying that. But people are believing it. And the fact that Casey didn't come in is so good for Tyler, actually, because it takes the target off, like you're saying, Miranda, and that Josh didn't come for Christmas because now we're seeing a Christmas Tyler secret possible final 2 happening. I think Christmas wants it to happen more than Tyler, but Tyler's like, you obviously didn't watch my season. I take with everybody, and then I decide, who I want to go to the end.
I think you ladies couldn't be more right that the target is sort of off of him because people kind of are looking at him as isolated in some way now because he doesn't have Casey there. But the truth is he's kind of playing the same game that he played in BB20 right now. And it's working and people are just like not really picking up on it. So that's a great pick.
He's got a final 2 already with Cody, a final 2 with Christmas. And then there was a third final 2. Who was the third one? I forgot.
So Cody, Christmas, and
I know he talked with Davonne, or talked to Bayleigh and David.
Could it be
David? Yeah, David. Final 2
it was David. Yes.
And he's repaired. Like he and Bayleigh definitely, like they had already, touched base, but they went through it again. Tyler can't help himself. He walked through those doors. I don't care what his plan was ahead of time. He walked in those doors and he was like, "Oh, this is how I play. Everybody, let's go. Here we are." So I think he's going to be fairly protected for a minute, although Kaser's on to him. And so I think that, maybe people will start to see, but that doesn't necessarily mean they're going to take him out.
Kaser catches on to people and then he gets eliminated 10th. It's like, all right. I don't have much faith in Kaser outing Tyler.
No, Kaser's way down on my list. As much as I love him, way down on my list.
Yeah, me too.
And he's high on mine.
Which makes me really sad because I love Kaser.
Actually.
Because that's my strategy, is high on mine. But I think Kaser, of all the people coming in, he's learned the least of his experience. He's very smart, like as a person, as a man. When you hear him speak, like as a human, you're like, wow, he's very evolved. Yeah. Cool. But as far as his game, he everyone else was saying what they did wrong, and I heard Kaser saying, "You never know what I'm going to do." No, they always know. That's why you don't make it to jury.
Yeah, and you're just going to go to bed early, Kaser. That's what it seems like is going to happen.
He didn't though. He did stay. He powered through.
He had that pizza and he powered through.
It was like, oh shoot, I can't go to sleep. All right, let's do this. All right, my next pick is kind of along the lines of like what Miranda is thinking. So I'm going with Cody. He was next on my list. He does know how to play the game, and he walked into the house and found a guy that likes to play like Derek. I mean, Tyler tries to play like Derek, not that he necessarily is doing it, but that's his goal. That's who he's emulating. And so, of course, they're going to work together, and I'm sure they're also going to arm themselves with the other dudes, and they're going to have a little bro thing going. So for points, I think Cody's going to do well and make it far, and so I'm putting him on my my team.
Well, you're already in the lead because he has 2 points already.
Yay. Oh, that's right.
Oh, yeah. I didn't even think about that.
Such a good pick. I mean, Cody, if I was in that house, Tyler and Cody would be my first two I would go after because they're young, they're fit, they're so good at comps, and they've been to the finals, and they have so much to prove because they felt like Cody thought that, I don't think he thought he should win it over Derek. He just was being very loyal, where Tyler's like, I should have won it over Casey. So I think Cody's a great pick, Sarah, but he will be dead to me if he gets rid of Janelle and Kaser.
I agree. Like, I'm not happy about the way things look right now, but if this doesn't make sense what I'm about to say because I just put Cody on my team, but if Janelle or Keesha can get power next week, then they will flip the tables on Cody and Tyler, and all of this talk is for nothing.
I hope that happens. But for your sake, Sarah, I think Cody will get he'll get a lot of points through the season.
Oh, you're such a great friend, Jolene.
Right?
Well, I love Sarah. I don't want to see her fail just because I am mad at some guy because I am emotional and petty.
Jolene be like, I want my team to win. Screw you, Sarah.
Right.
No. All right. Who's next? David? Yes.
Me.
David.
Okay, I am picking Christmas.
Oh, she was actually high on my list too.
Oh, good to hear. See, this is one that I thought you guys would be like, okay, you can have Christmas. But I think she's so fit. I think as long as she keeps that foot in working order, she has a lot of potential to win comps. We already saw she was one of the, 2 ladies to make it to phase 2 of that HOH comp. She's capable in these competitions. And I don't think that people are looking at her as like a real threat to win the game. And so I think that people aren't going to target her necessarily. She'll make it far because people are not going to look at her as a threat. So I'm hoping she can get me some
I think they're like, I'm sorry, who were you and what season were you? Which is great.
Yeah.
Like Keesha was like, oh, you broke your foot on your season. Like, Keesha had no idea. They had to have a whole talk about it. And apparently the scars on her foot are disgusting because they were like, oh my God.
People are revolted.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't realize it was going to be that bad. But yeah, no, Christmas is going to win comps. I think for points, that's a great idea. And yeah, I don't think people are really concerned with her right now because you're either concerned with these like young guys or you're concerned with these like old threats.
As long as Christmas doesn't, kind of stretch herself a little thin or go all in with one of these power dudes like she did with Paul, I think. But I mean, that got her far. So
Tyler.
So she's doing that with Tyler right now, and I feel like Tyler's playing it so close to the chest. And Christmas, I saw her on the live feeds, and she was like, "You should go talk to Bayleigh, and you should, she's doing." And it's like they're fine,
right?
Tyler is 10 steps ahead. That's why you need to get him out. But I think this is a great pick, David. I think Christmas has come back and she's now in shape. And I'm someone who I was not a Christmas fan, but this new Christmas, all of a sudden I'm like, do I like Christmas? This is so interesting. And I think the house guests feel that way too, because she's being very vulnerable and opening up about her struggle after and since becoming a mom. And she's just, like you said, she's fit and she's been through so much, and she has had multiple conversations already in this small time in the game on the feeds. So her social game is actually really great.
I know. She just is really coming off really personable to me on the feeds, like talking to people about different diets, doing some exercises with Tyler and Davonne in the living room, just like sitting and, shooting the crap with people. It just seems like she's out there like building kind of genuine relationships with people so far. And I think that's really smart.
Yeah, I was surprised to even get that, oh, I like Christmas right now feeling. I was like, oh, I didn't expect to have this feeling.
I think that was like the pre-Paul Christmas, because I feel like at least David and I, we liked her at the very beginning. We're like, oh, she has potential. And then things just went like, but I feel like that's because of Paul. So yeah, hopefully we keep this Christmas around and Tyler doesn't become the new Paul.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I'm wondering if Christmas was this likable in the first week on 19.
I'm trying to remember, because like like Sarah was saying, her Christmas is pre-stuff. We were all like, yes, a CrossFit team, like the strong woman, give it to me. And then, you know, the breaking of the foot, the cult of Paul, it all was bad. So
it was. Okay, Jolene, who is your second pick?
Well, you guys did take quite a few of mine, but you didn't take one that I think you all know that I'll be picking. Now, I'm going back and forth between two, but since I heard you guys aren't going to probably touch one of them for a while, I'm going Keesha, because the blonderage going on with Janelle and Keesha, and the fact that we have these women 40 plus, and they are already reading the room. They're early targets and they're sexy, which is what I go
That's
by.
your brand.
I mean, Keesha can win stuff. She's also very good at comps. She's very smart. Do I think she seems a little like, where am I right now? Of course she does. She hasn't played for a while, but I wouldn't underestimate this woman. And I think she has learned from her time in BB10 when she believed, you know, Dan and Memphis had her best interest in heart. And I think if her and Janelle team up, this could just be the blonderage I've always wanted. This could be what did Gina Marie and KKK Aaron call themselves? They called themselves the blonde whatever, like the BB Barbies. These are the true BB Barbies.
I was a bit not confident in Keesha as like a pick in the draft, just because, like you say, she seems a little bit like over her head right now, just like not really ready for, I guess, the pace or the atmosphere or something. She just feels a little bit like dazed. But I think, you know, she is kind of being targeted a little bit in this first week, but I think that will work to her benefit in this first week. Like maybe she just needs a little bit of time to get settled in, and being kind of a deer in the headlights right now, people will look at her and be like, well, we don't need to get her out. Like, let's get a bigger target out. She's clearly like not a threat right now. So that could work for her this week.
That's true, David.
I did love that, because I wasn't sure if that was just an act, you know, like, it's been so long. How do you play this game again? Like, I wasn't sure if that's what she was doing. But when she sat down with Janelle, like, she straight up was like, oh, I'm going to play for the safety. Like, I'm obviously a target. And I love that she came out and just knew that. So I was like, okay, she knows how to play the game. She remembers. Whether she's showing it to everybody, I think she's good to go. So I'm great with your blonderage there.
Thank you.
You get to pick
Jolene
again
goes again,
now.
right?
Oh my God. I totally forgot. Okay. So now I have okay. So now I'm going back and forth between, sorry, looking to the side because I have my list pulled up here, because you guys all came correct with your Aquarius in me was like, let's see what happens. Okay. So I have a sexy guy that I want to include, but I think first I'm going to include a sexy gal who I think is going to be very underestimated in this game. She does have a target on her back because people think she's too emotional, but right now, she is playing her cards right. She's having coffee with the right people. She's talking. She has made amends with her person that she had beef with on her season. Miss Bayleigh Dayton is a sexy target that I think will go far. And I would love to see it, because hearing her talk on the feeds about the hate that her and Swaggy have gotten through the years and the racist hate, I would love to see her rise. And when I saw her and Davonne in the same house, seeing two powerful Black women on our Big Brother screen, which we never see, I was just like, I felt like Ariel from The Little Mermaid. I was so excited.
I love Bayleigh, so you get it, girl. I'm really enjoying Bayleigh right now.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
No, go. I was just saying I'm enjoying her right now. She's doing really well socially.
I'm going to be contrarian, because we've been all just too nice this whole time since we last talked about Nicole F. I love Bayleigh. So glad she's on the show. Definitely wanted her to be a part of this cast. Talked about that a lot preseason. But now that she's there, when I was ranking everyone, I was like, actually, I don't know that. Now, I didn't watch on the challenge. You ladies watched on the challenge. I think you guys know her a bit more than I do.
Yeah.
And I don't think of her as a gamer. I think of her as a very social person, and she will be well placed socially. Like you said, she's having those conversations. She's got the gift of gab. She's a Gemini, so she can do that. But I don't know that she has a head for the game. And so I just kept lowering her because that's my question.
Yeah, I should have probably brought up the challenge. That was a big reason too, because seeing her on the challenge, I feel like Big Brother did not do her justice, whether it's the difference in games and stuff, but seeing just how smart she is with puzzles. I mean, she was basically, her and Swaggy were like the only two people on this season of the challenge who could do basic math. It was amazing.
Yeah.
So, I mean, she was winning stuff. She got to the end, her freshman season on the challenge. So I think Bayleigh was struggling with a lot her first season, from getting pregnant to, meeting Swag, him leaving 13 days later with a miscarriage. She had a lot on her plate. The new Bayleigh is here to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to let you have Bayleigh as well. She wasn't super high on my list, but I also don't have that challenge context that you have. But I don't know. There's just, I am glad she's back. Like, she's one that in our preseason videos, I was like, I would love to see her play again. I think that she deserves another shot. I think she could learn a lot from the first way she played, but I don't know. I'm just not seeing, I guess I need to go back and watch some things on the feeds, because I'm not really seeing a lot of like warmth, between her and other people. I don't know. It kind of feels like there's a bit of a wall almost. And she was hesitant to go talk to Cody. And I'm like, you can't be hesitant to talk to the first HOH of the season. Like, you got to get in there and like be ready to play. So you have fun with her on your team, Jolene.
She was actually my next pick because of the challenge, Jolene. So
okay.
So I think the challenge, I think that context is important, because we saw her do really physical, really intense challenges on there, and they're like real crazy on the challenge. So to see her be able to do so well regularly, I think she was in the tribunal numerous times, right, Jolene, if I remember correctly?
Yeah, she was.
And so she was in a position of power a few times on the challenge. So I think that when it comes to competing, she can bring it. And I think that she's going to do well with some competitions.
Yeah, I think people are probably the most hesitant just thinking that, because Bayleigh is an emotional person, but I relate on that level to her. Like, where I'm like, when people are like, it's weird that she got that emotional, I'm like, not really.
You're like, no, I do it all the time.
Weird that Casey's a robot. That's weirder to me. You know what I mean?
All right, David, you're up next. Yeah.
All right, I'm going to scoop up our first winner of the bunch, and I'm taking Ian.
Yes.
That was my next.
Sorry, Miranda.
It's okay.
I just think that I thought going in, like, the conversation was going to be kind of centered on Nicole Franzel and Ian initially, because they are the two winners of the bunch. Obviously, Nicole's a bit protected this week because Cody's HOH, but Ian just is kind of like a Danny to me, like not really someone that anyone is talking about right now. He seems a bit awkward. I think that is kind of his thing. So I'm like, how are we going to do on the social game? He came in saying he was going to lay low and try not to win comps. And then he almost like psychically won the first HOH and made every step correct. So I'm like, not sure what the strategy is right now, but just the fact that no one's really saying we got to get him out because he's won before, I think is a good sign.
Yeah. Wasn't that interesting that wasn't a thought? Because I don't think Cody's connected to Ian.
Yeah,
well, I get that Nicole was on Cody's season, but Cody, if he's really here to play and he already, has this alliance with Tyler, and I feel like him and Tyler kind of talked beforehand because it came really quickly that they were working together. And Enzo seems to want to be on board with that stuff. So I would put up the two winners. I would easily. Just because it's so great. There's no blood on your hands, because you're like, here's the deal, you guys. I love you both, but we're all here to get our chance to win. You had your chance. Now, if you win again, if you get out of this, I want to give you a chance to win the veto. But this is what I'm going to do, because all these people, they always wanted to sit in that chair and walk out with the confetti, and you got to. So I feel like Cody missed an opportunity where he would burn very few bridges.
I would
I agree.
100% do that strategy. For first HOH?
Yeah.
That sounds like the easiest thing to do.
Yeah. Maybe if like because he's targeting Kaser, Keesha, Janelle. So if one of them wins, maybe it shifts down to like an Ian just because he's a winner. Like I don't. We'll see what happens when noms actually happen.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, you got to put Ian on there. He's great to have on your team.
I love Ian. He's just my little Ian. I think he's so adorable. So I'm sad that you picked him. He was my next pick. So good pick, David.
I am the next one on my list. I can't believe this is on my list, but I wrote it for a reason. I think the reason I'm talking myself out of not doing this, but I'm going to stick with my guns. I'm choosing Memphis next.
Okay.
Memphis, I think this is my theory, is that Memphis is going to fall in with these boys. I think we're going to have our little bro alliance, and they're going to win comps, and they're going to be sticking around for a while. So that's where Memphis is next. I feel like I'm talking myself out of it at the same time, but I'm gonna go with it. That's where we are.
Listen, no hate from me because I think Memphis is still a very strong player.
Yeah,
he's really smart, and I think the guys are like, yeah, Memphis is cool. Like he's a cool. I've seen him talking with a lot of the younger guys, and he does have that. So it's almost like he's got the best of both worlds because they're not really looking at him like a target, and he can get along with the new kids. But he's also got this old school alliance. He's literally in a bedroom staying with Janelle, Kaser, Keesha. So he's got a lot to fall back on and pull from. And we saw him. He took some balls that HOH competition.
Yeah,
so
he did.
He's ready to perform.
I think he wants to win comps. Yeah, I felt like that was his energy. He was like, all right, I'm here to play. Let's go. Let's go. So, I just kind of feel good about him.
He has so much to prove, too, as coming with he's in Dan's shadow. No one even really talks about Memphis. And Dan, of all people, is at home. He's posting pictures on his bed laying like this, cheering for his little boyfriend. I love it.
I mean,
well, not to mention, sorry.
No, you go.
Oh, I was just gonna say, doesn't he own like 15 restaurants in LA?
I think so.
Really?
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
So I don't know. I think he said that in his intro. He has like 15 to 30 restaurants in LA, and so that's definitely gonna boost his determination to do well. Because I mean,
needs the money.
That hasn't been good on the pandemic. Hasn't really been good for the restaurant industry, as we know.
Oh,
So he's probably like, no, I need to win this. I might be looking like I'm having a nice time, but I'm here to win this money because I need it for my kid. Like, I think he's there to really play.
Yeah, nice. He looks like such a dad to me now, which he is, but I don't know. He's just got that look. So I kind of expected him to come in and kind of behave the way that we're seeing Keesha behave currently, just kind of like not really, the fire's kind of dimmed a little bit. I'm maybe too old for this game now, but no, like he's there physically, he's there socially, he's like ready to be in this game from the beginning. And so he was low on my list, but only because of some of those like preseason, prejudgments. But I think what I've seen from him so far is impressing me more than I expected it to.
Yeah, he is. Good point, David. He is impressing me more than I thought.
Yeah.
Okay. Does that mean we're back at Miranda?
Yeah, yes. I think so. Okay, so this one's probably gonna be. You guys are probably gonna be like, "What? Really?"
Getting
ready, David.
What? Really?
Really?
I know. But I, for some reason,
it's so nice of you not to leave him to the last. That's so nice of you.
I have a real soft spot for David. I don't know why. Jolene, just stop. No, no, I'm kidding. But I was really pondering David earlier because I know that a lot of people are like, it's David. But I was really observing him. And I've noticed how he's been acting around all of the guys and everything. And I think that he's taking a really submissive, low-key route. I think that he's overplaying his newbiness, his lack of experience to his advantage. And I definitely think that he has a pretty good read for people. And I'm just throwing this out there like as like like I feel for you, dude. I want you to do well. I'm gonna put you on my list next after Ian and Bayleigh, mind you. Okay, like they were next. Well, he was number 9 or number 8 on my list. So there was a few people that have already been taken. So he wasn't like that high. Right. But I have faith in him, and I want him to do well. I want him to make it to next week at least.
I get that pick, Miranda, because you and I have talked, and we wanted so much for David. I was like, I feel like David got cheated so bad in BB21.
Yeah.
I saw this intuitiveness in David. They treated him like crap. I was like, yes, David, but I've been watching David on the feeds, and this is a joke. Unless this is some elaborate strategy.
Jolene!
He doesn't know the basic people's names. He was like, oh, you take cold showers? Read the handbook, bro. Unless this is your strategy that you're just like, I don't know what I'm doing, which, okay, then I stand. Because I think he's smart. I mean, he's almost 30 years old. He's no dummy. But I'm going, David, you don't know. He was talking to Keesha and Chris, like, and your name? Okay, and your, she's like, BB10. He's like, okay, and oh, hi. Like, I was just like, David, I mean.
No, I think he's playing it.
Yeah, I do too. I think you're believing it a little too much, Jolene. I think this is part of his strategy. He's coming in as a first boot. Like, he has to sort of roll with it and try to be as least threatening as possible. Because, I mean, he came in last season and all of a sudden he was the biggest threat ever to that group of people.
Say anything to them.
Exactly. But so I think he's really trying to come in with that, like, laying low. What's this game? But he didn't watch the show. That's true. He doesn't know who these people are. He came in last season as a recruit, not knowing the show. So that's real. He doesn't know Keesha. But beyond that, he is smart. He does have a read. We saw him in Camp Comeback understanding everything happening in the house better than people actually playing, and he wasn't allowed to play. So although he was way low on my list, Miranda, I support your pick because I do think he's got some potential.
I hope so.
I literally wrote it down and I told Sparrow, I was like, Sparrow, they're gonna, even though he's pretty low on my list, like, they're gonna think I'm crazy. But I have a vibe. I don't know. There's just something about the way that he's been walking into rooms, conversations here and there, nothing too serious, nothing like out of the ordinary, but nobody's really saying his name other than, why is he here? And if I were him, that would kind of be the position I would want to be in. I would want them to think, well, why is he here? He doesn't know what he's doing. He was first out last season. He's not much of a threat. I guess we could maybe use him and be dragged along. All the while, we know that he's going to have a decent read on people because he had an immediate read walking into the house.
That's okay. Look, can we revisit? Okay, I was on the board with David had a decent read. However, he then trusted Kat with stuff when she went back to Jerk and Holly Beth. So not a good read there, number one. Yeah. And he also wanted to play with these hateful dudes in the end. The real person who had the best read in that house was Kemi. And David wasn't always listening. So I think David gets a lot of credit for these reads that Kemi actually had. Okay. So just the fact that he is a smart man and he came into this house and didn't learn their names, I can't with that. You can do the whole, oh, it's a cold shower, or I do like how he's bringing up, I've never had my picture in color before. Wow. This is amazing. No, who are you? It's Keesha's birthday, David. Do your homework.
Well, I think you're mad because you're a big fan, and so you're like, you better know Keesha, just like you better know Janelle.
So mad.
So Keesha didn't know who Christmas was, so it's not just David.
Yeah, keep that same energy, Jolene.
No,
she doesn't have to. Thank you.
You do not have to know who Christmas from BB19 is.
Right.
Okay? I'm getting too emotional. I apologize.
I do want to just say real quick, some things have happened on the feeds, but my mods are being very polite and asking for no spoilers. So everyone... things have definitely changed, so we're gonna just get through this draft.
We can't even say at all.
So you guys can look it up, but we're gonna just, because we're live, we try to keep spoilers out for this. But it's very, very interesting and very exciting. And
Don't say anything else. I'm getting too excited.
Yeah, we're not going to say anything right now. Maybe we'll say it at the end after we make it clear that we're doing spoilers. So we'll save it till then.
I like that you do that, Sarah, because I just spoil everything right away. And I see something in chat. I'm like, you guys, I don't know. This is totally unsubstantiated, but this is happening.
I've been scolded plenty of times by people. So it is now, it depends on the video. But we'll save it till the end. Okay. We have one more round of picks. Okay, Miranda, you get to go for your fourth pick.
Okay. I just picked the ever so strategic David. And so this next one's you guys are gonna be surprised again, I know. But I'm gonna pick Miss Nicole Franzel.
I thought I was getting her for sure.
No, and I'm not too excited about it, but at least I got Danny, But Nicole, what I like about Nicole is that she does seem determined to do what it takes to win. Oh. Not really, when it comes to aligning with strong women, but, she will do what she needs to do. She seems like she really enjoys, flirting with everybody and like having a nice time. But I just picked her because of her experience, I guess.
Listen, there are only 4 people left. Everybody left is like not the greatest pick. I think we can all agree. We've all left them for the final 4. Nicole Franzel was next on my list, but I'm glad you took her because I didn't want both winners on my list. I didn't want Ian and Nicole to be on my team. So good luck.
I'm glad I took her then. I did you a solid.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was prepared to take her and I would have been happy with it. So if you need to trade her later, maybe we'll talk about it. But I'm
very comfortable with my pick for sure. I have a good feeling about her. What I worry about with Nicole is the fact that Davonne and Danny are in there, which is why I'm glad I have Danny on my list, because both of those women, and even Janelle, she can read someone very well. She's already read, I think, Cody or something like that. Cody and Nicole, I think. Mm-hmm. So I am worried that Danny and Davonne will pick up on if Nicole is being serious with Cody and like wanting to go back and forth with the information, be a little Andy-ish, then I think that Davonne and Danny might pick up on that. Even Janelle, I think they might pick up on that.
I actually think, Miranda, that's not a bad pick at all game-wise, because right now I had no idea Nicole Franzel and Danny had a relationship. This helps Nicole Franzel so much. And the fact that Cody being the HOH right now, and Nicole Franzel in the past has won things. She's not a bad competitor.
True.
So she's able to sneak her way into stuff a la Snake-ish, but she talked to Ian too about like the winners thing. So here's the thing with Nicole. She is strategizing. She is. Yeah. She's never not strategizing. So it's not a bad pick.
Got a winning strategy. So I support your choice. She is,
thank you,
very well protected. I mean, well, you said it. She's well protected right now. She's in with the right people.
She's comfy.
Yeah.
Sorry about this awful lighting. I don't know what is going on. I keep trying to move.
You've got some mood lighting happening.
Yeah. I feel like, and it's normally not like this, so I keep trying to move. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Well, this is actually, why am I changing my mind? Every time I go to pick something, I'm changing.
Spoiler, Sarah.
No. That has nothing to do with it. The people involved are already taken. So I'm just going to stick with my list. I had Enzo left, but why do I have all these dudes? It just fell this way because you guys picked some of my other people, but
Sarah wants the brigade part 2. She wants that all guy alliance.
Wait. Guys, let's dissect this. Wait, Sarah, you're a Nicole Franzel stan.
I know. It's not adding up.
Mostly dudes. That's so weird.
I really thought I was gonna get Nick F next. And now all of a sudden I have basically the brigade. So
which Sarah, again though, like you said, winners. You pick winners.
I'm just gonna think that I just followed a lane strategy here and I have big comp people is what I'm hoping,
Yeah.
Here we are. Enzo for comps. That's what I'm going with.
Dude, Enzo is such a good pick. Like literally, he's so likable. He's coming back in fit. So this dude could win stuff. Okay.
Best shape of his life. Yeah.
Best shape of his life. Everyone likes him. Janelle was talking to him. She's like, I love that you're making me laugh. Everyone's like, Enzo, this is what got Enzo far before. And I think this is a sneak attack he's going to do again. So I actually really love that Enzo pick. I think he's going to do well.
Yeah. All right.
I think he's making everyone laugh right now. So
yeah,
that's always a plus.
Exactly. All right, David.
Okay,
you only have a couple to choose from.
I know. I'm going to scoop up Nicole Anthony.
Get that unicorn.
Yes. I mean, I love her. Everyone who watches Nerdtainment knows that we loved her on BB21. I'm a bit sad that she is, this far down in the draft, but I don't necessarily think she's like a huge points grab kind of competitor. But I think that she does have potential to like make it far in the game. I think she's got a little bit of like innocence to her so far that she's playing up with like building these relationships with people. And she's like, whoa, these are legends. Like, I can't believe I'm meeting these people. And I think that hopefully that's like endearing her to people. And I think like making it far will hopefully get me some points from Nicole Anthony.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a lovely pick. I mean, there's nothing wrong. Nicole can go far. I mean, what the best thing Nicole has is just coming off 21 as like this underdog we want to see do well. And so do these all-stars. A lot of these all-stars have this very like, motherly or big sister or big brother feel, and they just want to scoop her up. I mean, Kaser couldn't say enough about you did not deserve that. Everyone's been doing that. Yeah. And she's just lovely as a human. So good
I know.
Good pick.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and she came on Nerdtainment, so we have to support her. She didn't get chosen for any vetoes. So this not comp
That's
thing
true.
might
That's
be
true.
skewed. She might like all of a sudden be a comp queen this summer. Or what time of year is it? I don't know.
Summer, early fall.
Yeah. This season, she might all of a sudden like win a bunch of comps and we're like, where did this come from? And it's just because she didn't get to play.
Yeah. Well, from your lips to God's ears, to the BB God's ears, Sarah.
Yeah, Sarah's exactly right. Had she had the chance, and the first chance she got this All-Star season, guess what? She advanced to the HOH, one of two
She
women.
did. Fair point.
That means, Jolene, you get your boy Kaser.
Yes, I do. Yes,
That's not bad.
I love Kaser.
He's a sexy target.
He's so sexy.
Sex. And as much as I think he doesn't have the self-awareness for his game, I think that Janelle and he are, I don't know how I want to say this. I just think they're very strong. Word on the street is they talk daily. And they're hiding their stuff, even though people are obviously they're targets. They're targets. He's sexy. He's a target. I know that's my only thing I need to prove. But I don't know. I see Kaser. I think he's going to go, I think at least jury. I don't see a win.
Ooh. Oh my God. I hope he makes jury this time.
Me
Just
too.
make that record happen.
Make jury.
I don't get to jury, you guys. Okay.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. Those are our teams. Those are,
look at that.
That's our draft. I will put a link to the spreadsheet that has all of the points in the description of this video and all of the videos for the season so that you guys can keep up with how we earn points throughout the season. But those are our teams.
Love it.
I'm very happy with my team. I think
too.
they're a very adorable team.
Yeah.
This is always fun. This is such a good idea, Sarah and David. I appreciate you guys, including me and Miranda. And this is fun to have Miranda because it's just like, she's my girl too. So.
Thank you both
David's
so much
team
for
is
coming.
stacked, though. You got like
Dude,
all. You got
Don't jinx me. Don't
David
jinx me.
Killed it in the Survivor one as well. He almost
he did.
Former Survivor player.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow,
That was
David.
close.
I had like
that's
7 points.
That's a draft I could never be a part of. I am too dumb for Survivor. Like that is too much.
Miranda, so am I. And I did horribly. So there you go.
Well, then I guess that's exactly how I would do probably.
It's fun though. It's just fun.
Okay, David, can we sing our song and then we'll do spoilers?
Okay, we're so bad at doing this remotely, but let's try it.
Also, it's been like more than a year. Okay.
I know. Okay, ready? Spoilers.
That wasn't bad for the first time in forever. All right, guys, if you don't want to know what just happened, please leave the chat. But thank you so much for being here.
Yeah. Bye.
I'm like, get out of here.
Are
Get out
there
of here.
spoilers when there's live feeds?
Yes,
Yeah,
that's
because
what I've been told.
People just watch the episodes
Yes.
and they want episode recaps. And if you say you're doing a whatever bracket thing, yeah, Sarah and David are very respectful. Where I feel like me and Miranda would go, "This is what we do on our channel."
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean that is what I've said on my channel. I said, "Well, welcome,
Yeah,
bye."
right.
Okay, so
Sarah, we're dying. Tell us.
well, now I'm trying to make sure I have the information correct, but it sounds
Okay.
like not only did they do the safety comp, which Kaser won, and he saved Janelle as his +1. So
I'm so excited. Can you believe
so
it?
they could not be nominated.
Nice.
Cody, but noms also happened. So we have the noms.
Oh no!
Right?
Better not be Keesha.
David and I just did the.
I know.
Better not be Keesha. I'll go
My
to that
heart
house.
just fell into my butt.
Yeah.
I'll go to that
Who
house.
are the noms?
Yeah. Right after I was saying I'm so happy with my team.
I know. We're about to get some negative points for these nominees. I'm not going to be happy if Ian is on the block.
Well, I want to make sure I'm not saying anything incorrect, but I thought I saw David and Keesha. Is that correct? Because now I can't find it.
David, poor David. No.
Poor David. If he goes out first, you guys, come on.
I swear, I'm gonna, like, David, I believed in you.
Okay, so here's the thing, you guys. It's a little confusing with the safety suite. So, so Kaser won, so he's able to pick himself and someone else, so can't be nominated. Now, could they still be picked being in the safety suite for the power veto competition? Is everyone still in the...
Oh.
Because I wonder,
if
so, and if Janelle gets picked and Kaser gets picked and Keesha, they're pulling Keesha off the block. And
for sure.
Yeah.
Could be the end of times for David, or I don't know who the replacement.
And of course, they'll be like, "Well, David, we don't really know you. Bye."
Yeah,
that's going to be their excuse.
I'm going to just for him.
Be honest that I saw that, but I'm not seeing it now, so I might have misread that. So I'm just going to back up that might not be true, because maybe someone tweeted it and then it was incorrect.
Okay, because B saying Big Brother Network is saying nominations are Friday.
Okay, great.
So maybe, but
maybe those are just where his head is at. Maybe he's like strategically thinking.
I must have misread. But yes, Kaser won and he saved Janelle. That we know. That happened.
Huge.
That happened.
I could cry.
So good.
That was perfect.
Yeah,
whether they even know it, they had to play it. They had to save themselves. Cody was coming after them.
Yes.
And even though I'm sure they were worried to like show their cards that they're a duo, but like, please, we know it. So stop writing it. Like,
it's all-star season. Don't take the risk. When I saw Janelle going back and forth with Keesha, I was like, girl, you better play that. You better all go in. Even everyone just go in, because you do not want to be the first one kicked off in All-Stars. That is embarrassing.
Yeah. I know.
Unless you were the first one kicked off on your first season.
Oh.
Stop it. He can't go.
He has to go before Keesha. We can't lose Keesha just because David can't go home the first time.
No.
But it's not okay. But
I will
not
accept Keesha going home.
Well, the thing with it is, the thing I always think, I even think of Nicole Anthony and stuff, is I feel like this is great for her because she deserves to play with people that aren't awful, misogynist, racist. So I'm proud of her, and so do David, but they're young and they can come back for other seasons. This is Keesha, Janelle, and Kaser's last shot. So
that's true.
Oh yeah,
we're probably never going to see
back.
Yeah.
And I hope, but see, now they don't know that they were definitely targets, but I hope that they kind of know, so that next week one of them wins and they make a clear line of attack to
that's right.
most of the guys that are on my team. I don't know what I'm talking about now, but
now we'll go after Tyler, and I think she'll go after Cody. And I think Danny is getting a little misted by Tyler, and like Miranda says, his ramen noodle kills, because she was like, I didn't like him, but now I like him. And I'm like, no, this is what he does, you guys. No.
Yeah.
But she was also talking about how like, oh, everyone's so starstruck by Janelle and Kaser. Like, I don't know if she truly feels that, but she was planting the seeds to everybody else that those need to be the target. So she's not working with them.
Yeah.
So what I'm hoping happens right now, because David and Tyler seem to be cool. I'm hoping Tyler takes his top ramen head and he goes up to the HOH room, and I really hope that he puts in a good word for my boy David, because that's what I need to have happen. I hope Tyler's like, bro, let's get David in and we'll all be cool together and work together. Yeah.
Okay.
They are. I think David, Tyler, Cody, Enzo, and Memphis are a crew.
I mean, I can get with that as long as David's there and is safe and can give me some points.
I think he's in it. I think he's in with the guys.
I love your positivity, Sarah, because I'm not feeling it from Jolene at all, and I really thought I would get it from her. No.
I'm sorry. Once he didn't know Keesha's birthday, I was like, goodbye.
She's done. She already evicted him in her mind.
Oh yeah, he's already gone.
I love the idea of him giving a second chance, and now I'm like, at least a Google search, David. You're. I don't have time for this.
Oh, okay. I love it. You guys, thank you so much for joining. I'm so excited about our drafts and our teams, and I'm so excited about who won the safety thing. That was a fun little info we got during this stream. So you guys that joined us in the chat, thank you so much. We really, really appreciate it. And if you are watching later, please leave us a comment about who you want on your team, who you are rooting for, and all of that jazz. Also, make sure you go to Honecker. I keep meaning to ask you, what does Honecker mean? Am I supposed to know?
It's my last name. Oh, I'm going to be changing my channel name soon. I feel like I'm so off and on with my channel name. I already changed it before. I'm probably going to change it again. It's honestly Honecker right now.
You just need to refresh every once in a while.
Yeah,
you know?
Sometimes I do the same with I do the same with Instagram. I get bored and then I change it.
Yeah,
I'll probably do that in a month.
All right, do it. Whatever. I always think of you as Ruiz. So I was like, is this some sort of home thing, like cooking or something that I'm supposed to know?
No, Ruiz is my maiden last name. Honecker is my married name.
Oh, okay. All right. Yes. Well, everyone, you are tagged below. So is Jolene. So if you guys need to, I'm sure you already have, but make sure that you are subbed, because they're both doing BB commentary all season long. And of course, David and I are here as well. So thank you guys so much. We will see you next time.
Bye.
Yes. Get Sarah and David to 5K. They're so close. They're so
close.
Guys, so close.